Hey, what's going on, guys? Dr. Gonzo O'Boogie here again, back for another update video. And it's only been about a week since my last update video, so I don't have a ton of stuff to show here, but I still did manage to pick up some really cool stuff, so I figured it would make for a cool little update video anyway. So this is just going to be a quick little update. I got a few Blu-rays to show here, an awesome DVD box set, few other random DVDs, a couple VHS tapes, and finally I'll show you guys a Stephen King book that I picked up at a thrift store that I thought was pretty cool. So really looking forward to digging in here, so I'm just going to start off with the Blu-rays. And first off here, we have a Scream Factory release, and this is of Zombie High. I've actually still haven't gotten around to checking this out yet. This is a late 80s horror comedy, I'm pretty sure. It came out in 1987. And actually, this is sort of a newer Scream Factory release. I had gone to FYE and I was just looking around, see if they had anything new for Scream Factory releases. And I saw this one hanging around, so I picked it up because it looked like a pretty fun movie. But I've actually never seen this movie, like I said, and I've never really heard too much about it anyway. So if you guys have seen this and like it or don't like it, let me know in the comments just so I know a little bit more of what to expect out of this when I check it out. Zombie High, Scream Factory release. Alright, next up here, I picked up the Mondo Steelbook of Highlander. Real excited about this one too, because I had been wanting to pick up some Mondo Steelbooks for a while. I think they're pretty cool. And the one that I want the most is the John Carpenter's The Thing one, but I heard that there was a few floating around at Target, so I went and checked to see if they had any there, and they had the Highlander one there, and they also had the Reservoir Dogs Mondo Steelbook there. But I ended up going with the Highlander one, because Highlander is one of my favorite 80s science fiction action movies. I just think it's one of the coolest to come out of that decade, and there are some awesome action sci-fi movies that come out of the 80s. You got Aliens and Predator and RoboCop, all that good stuff, but I still think this is one of the best. Highlander, none of the sequels for this movie are that good, but the first one is so worth checking out. Highly, highly recommend this one. And this is a pretty cool Steelbook release. Like I said, this is my first Mondo Steelbook that I've ever picked up, and I'm really happy with it. So I'm thinking I might head back there and pick up the Reservoir Dogs one. If not, next time I see some of these releases, coming out on Amazon or at Target or whatnot, I'm definitely going to try to pick some more of these up. These are really cool. Can't go wrong with the Mondo Steelbooks. Cool stuff here. Alright, and then next up, like I said, I got a cool DVD box set to show you guys. This is the Alien Legacy set. Boom. Real happy to finally pick this one up. This is an Alien box set that I've wanted to pick up for years. This is actually the first Alien DVD box set ever released for the 20th anniversary of the first movie. So this has been out for a long time now, and there's been tons of other Alien sets that have been released since this one. But I've always thought that this is one of the coolest ones because it comes with all 4 movies and separate regular DVD cases. And I've always been a really big fan of box sets that do that. I like box sets like this a lot more than the ones when they cram them all together in a fold-up cardboard type thing. This is my favorite way to get box sets, and I'm real excited about this one. This is just a cool box set. If you guys know, the Alien franchise is probably one of my favorite movie series out there. I love the first Alien movie. It's one of my all-time favorite movies ever. Aliens is definitely one of the best movie sequels ever made, in my opinion. And Alien 3 and Resurrection are decent to watch. So I've always just thought this was a pretty solid movie series, and I'm really happy to get this old school box set like this. And these are pretty cool. Real quickly, I'm just going to show you guys what these look like. I'm sure all you guys have seen these. These are some of the most common releases of these movies, but I think one thing that makes the box set edition different is they all come with booklets, and I've had some of these editions outside of this box set before, and none of them came with booklets. Sometimes they came with a chapter selection insert, but the booklets in these are really cool, so I'll show you guys a couple of those too. But, you got Alien Resurrection there, Alien 3, Aliens, the Special Edition, and Alien, the 20th Anniversary Edition, and there's some special features on each of these. And actually, I picked up this box set used off eBay, and it wasn't in the best condition when I got it. Actually, the seller had listed it as being mint, so I thought it was going to be really, really good. But actually, the outer box set sleeve has a little bit of shelf wear on it, as you guys can see. But actually, the cases and the discs that it came with were basically in mint condition, so you can't really complain too much about that, especially since I only paid about 15 bucks for this altogether. So real happy about this. And like I said, I wanted to show you guys what the booklets look like real quick, just in case anybody is curious. Each movie comes with a booklet, basically just like this. And it's got some like cast and crew pictures and information in it, some behind the scenes pictures. There's Ridley Scott directing it right there. And just, you know, really cool. I like these. I was real happy when I found out that these came with all these booklets. Definitely made picking up the box set even more worth it, in my opinion. Alright, and also this came with one thing that I thought was really cool too, is it actually came with some Alien trading cards, which I thought was awesome, because if you guys grew up in the 90s like me, nothing's cooler than trading cards. So I'll show you guys that. It actually came with the Alien Resurrection release, and I'll show you guys the booklet for that one too, just so you guys can get a better idea how all the booklets are. Basically the same thing going on with there. Got some cast and crew information and stuff like that, and pictures, you know, weird looking action figure quality picture of one of the alien xenomorphs from this movie. Not sure what that's all about, but yeah, these are the trading cards, and real excited that these still came sealed, because like I said, I ordered this used off eBay for pretty cheap, and I had read that it came with trading cards, but I was like highly doubting that I was even going to get them, and when I got the trading cards and they're still sealed, can't lie that I was excited about that. Really cool stuff here. Can't go wrong with that. So that was it for the Alien box set. Awesome stuff there. But I'll show you guys some of the other DVD releases I picked up. First off here, you guys might have seen this in my random package unboxing video that I posted up probably like 2-3 days ago. I opened up this King Kong release, and if you guys want to check that video out, I talk a little bit more about this release and do a comparison to the other DVD release of this movie that has an alternate cover design. And the reason I picked this one up is because I thought the cover design on this was 100 times better. Just a really cool poster here. And actually this is the 1976 remake of King Kong, which is pretty good. I don't think it's anywhere close to as good as the original King Kong. That's one of my favorite classic horror movies. But this one is pretty good. I would say it's just basically like a big budget 70s remake of King Kong, and they do a pretty good job with it. Rick Baker worked on the effects in this, and it's got Jessica Lange and Jeff Bridges in it, so it's got a decent cast in it. And, you know, I think this is pretty good. Like I said, I don't like it as much as the original, but it is still a decent movie. But the cover design on this is really awesome. And again, like I said, if you guys want to see me compare it to the other DVD release of this, you can check out my last video I posted up, which was me unboxing this package from FYE.com, which I did order this used from FYE.com. And actually this release, the one with the alternate cover like this, actually I remember it used to be hard to find and kind of expensive, and just recently I noticed that the price dropped down on it, so that's why I tried to pick this one up for my King Kong collection, because I'm actually trying to collect all the King Kong movies on DVD right now, and I basically got them all. There's a few editions of the original King Kong I want to pick up, and then I need to pick up the sequel for this movie on DVD called King Kong Lives. I actually have it on VHS, but I would really love to get it on DVD, and once I pick those up, I was going to do a video where I show you guys all my King Kong stuff. Alright, moving on to, I picked up a couple releases of some of the Halloween movies. First off here, I have the Halloween 2. Your Sister is a Werewolf, and I actually have this movie on a 2-pack with the first Halloween movie, but I've always wanted to buy both of them separate, and so when I saw this one at a thrift store for like $1.50, I figured it was worth picking up. And actually this release used to be out of print and hard to find and somewhat expensive, but I'm pretty sure that since the Scream Factory release of this movie, that this DVD has probably dropped down in price. But still, when I saw it for $1.50 in good condition, figured it was still worth picking up. It's definitely worth a little bit more than that, I think. And then, like I said, I got some more of the Halloween movies. This comes with the third one, the fifth one, and the sixth one. And the reason I picked this pack up was because I didn't have the fifth or sixth one on DVD. And I know all these sequels are probably garbage and not good movies. And I actually have the third one, the Marsupials, on DVD already. I have like the Elite Entertainment edition of that one, so I didn't really need another copy of that movie. But like I said, I picked it up for the other two. And this one I got brand new at a discount marketing store that's around me called Ollie's for $2. So I didn't really feel like I was wasting any money on this. Pretty cool stuff there. Maybe I'll do a Halloween marathon one of these weeks or something like that, now that I have most of them. Alright, and then last up for the DVDs here is Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. And this is one of my favorite 80s action-adventure movies. Actually, just one of my favorite action-adventure movies in general. Really big Harrison Ford fan. He's in two of my favorite movies ever. The original Star Wars movie and Blade Runner. So I felt like I had to get this one on DVD to add to the awesomeness of Harrison Ford collection. I actually have this one on VHS, and I used to have this one on DVD a couple of years back, but I ended up selling it or trading it for one reason or another, so I felt like I had to pick this one up again. I found this at a thrift store for like $2-3, and it's in really good condition, so I felt like I couldn't go wrong with that. Awesome movie here, but I'm sure most of you guys have seen this one. So that was it for the DVDs, but like I said, I got a couple tapes to show you guys. First off here, this is a Vincent Price classic. This was directed by Roger Corman, and this is The Mask of the Red Death. This is actually one of the Edgar Allan Poe, Roger Corman movies that I don't have on DVD, so I was really glad to find this one on VHS, and this is actually a really nice tape. I was going to say I've picked up some of these Vincent Price, Roger Corman movies before on tape, but they've always been like Good Times VHS releases, and they like barely even work when I tried to watch it. But this is like a really solid, heavy release here. The tape is good quality. You can just tell by the weight of the tape that this is probably still going to play, and there's no mold damage or anything on it at all. So really happy about this one, and I actually might check this one out next time I'm doing a Roger Corman or a Vincent Price marathon. But really cool old looking tape here. Definitely has that look of an 80s tape to it or an early 90s tape. And I love tapes like that. Really cool stuff. Awesome cover design there too. Then last up for the VHS tapes, I actually thought this was pretty cool. This is Stephen King's It. And this is actually has the like original cover design on it. Usually you see the white cover with the clown on the front. That's basically how I've seen this movie forever. That's how I used to rent it back when I was younger, and that's how the DVD release looks. So when I saw this tape at a thrift store, I was like, huh, that's pretty cool. I've never seen this movie released on any format with this cover before, so I thought this was really cool. This is definitely like an older release of it because it's got the older Warner Brothers symbol on it. But I'm actually really happy to pick this up because I've always liked Stephen King's It. It's probably my favorite Stephen King miniseries that was ever made. And I actually don't have this one on DVD right now, even though I know it's super common and you can find it in like every $5 bin. I just don't have it on DVD right now, so I'm actually really glad to pick this up on tape. And these tapes are in really good condition, so I'm actually planning on probably watching the tapes of these one of these days if I have like a whole freaking 6-7 hours to sit down and watch these. But awesome stuff here. Can't go wrong with Stephen King's It. And to keep on the subject of Stephen King, the last thing that I had to show on this video is a really awesome Stephen King book that I picked up. I've always wanted to pick this one up, and this is The Shining. But the main reason I wanted this certain edition of it is this is the edition of the book that was released around the time that Stanley Kubrick's movie came out, and it actually uses the original Shining movie poster as the book cover here, and I've just always loved this movie poster. It's one of my favorite movie posters ever. I just think it's a really, really cool design, and just everything about this book I think is cool. The sides of the pages are yellow. The back of the book is yellow, so it's just like a yellow brick of awesomeness right here. And just awesome. I've always wanted to get this edition of the book. Stanley Kubrick's one of my favorite directors, and like I said, it's one of my favorite movie posters, so I've just always wanted this, and so glad to add this to my book collection. I found this one at a thrift store, and I only paid like a couple bucks for it, but it has some pictures of the movie in it too, which I always think is pretty cool. And like I said, just extremely excited about this. Awesome. Can't believe I found this edition of it. Cool stuff. That was it for this update video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, definitely leave a comment or give this video a big thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time.